Hello everyone, welcome back to ARC IITians. Very soon the COAP results are going to be announced, and in this video you will get all the necessary details to make a logical decision while moving forward with your COP round results. So first let's start with the dates and deadlines. So the round one is going to be released on May 11th at 10 a.m. Usually there are 2 days window to make the selection and review your offers and take a decision. So round one timeline is from May 11th 10 a.m. to May 13th 9 a.m. The timings are same for all the dates. You just have to be careful about the dates in which the round results are going to be announced. Round two dates are from May 17th to May 20th. Round 3 are from May 24th to May 27th. Round 4 is from May 31st to June 3rd. And then round 5th is from June 6th to June 10th. There is also further rounds regarding which we will talk in the further slides. Now let's look at the three major options through which you will make your selection or decide whether you want to go ahead with this offer or you want to wait and retain, etc. So we will go by each one of them. First is accept and freeze offer. So this option is open for all the rounds. This is basically you are happy with the college that you are offered, with the program that you are offered, and when you opt for this, you are basically out of the selection process. This is your final choice, and whenever you click on accept and freeze, after that you have to click on submit to confirm your selection. And next process is to visit the corresponding institute and follow their specified procedure to complete your admission process. Next option is retain and wait. So retain and wait is basically a provisional acceptance from one of the available offers while still seeking possible upgrades to higher preference in subsequent rounds. If a higher preference offer is made to you, then the current offer will be automatically released. So you can choose retain and wait for the same offer of the same institute twice. So for example, if you are offered M plan in IIT Kharagpur, you can retain and wait that option once and then twice, like two times in round one and round two. But for the third time, either you have to let go of that particular choice, or either you have to accept or reject that choice. But again, you can retain and wait for some other program in the same institute or some other institute. That's an option for you. But for the same program within the same institute, you have to you have to make a selection in round three, in your third choice basically. And if you choose retain and wait, like I mentioned, you cannot do it like only you can do it only two times. And after choosing retain and wait, you again have to click and submit, and that's how your decision will be taken. The third option is reject and wait. So this option is if you do not wish to accept any of the current offers, but you would still like to be considered for your higher preference in the future round. So for example, if you have offered certain X program in certain college and you do not wish for that program, so you can clearly reject and wait. And if you have some better preferences in your preference list, you will be offered that in the further rounds. But the same offer that you have rejected in this round will not appear in the subsequent round. And again, whenever you make any selection, you have to click on submit. Now, one interesting thing to note here is that for the first and second round, usually students get very panicked regarding the fact that they do not get any offers, because in the first and second round, majorly the top 10 students or a very niche students get many offers from a lot of institutes. So in the third round, and people usually opt for retain and wait, as that's a more logical choice because you have an option of retain and wait. And people usually, like the top rankers, also accept and freeze their choices usually in the third round, because that's how at that situation you have to let go of some of the choices. So from the third round, you can don't get demotivated if you're not offered any colleges in the first or second round. Usually from the third round, the more subjects and more programs are floated to the to the rankers after 10 or 15 rank. So you don't need to worry if the offers are not made in the first and second round. You always have further rounds to look forward to. Now, as I mentioned, there are also further rounds, round 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and similarly, they have a deadline. One thing to note here is that as in round 5, in the past, like which is like the concluding round for phase 1. And in this round 6 to round 10, you do not have the option to retain and wait. You just have to accept that offer, or you have to reject that offer. This is basically done to get more students and fill maximum seat possible, so that seats are filled and maximum students get opportunity. um, uh, an, an important thing to note here is that any offer you reject in a given round will not be extended to you again in the later rounds. If you choose to retain or wait, or reject and wait, you may still be considered for your higher preference if you have any in the later rounds. And if you do not have access to COP, and if you have not made any decision in both the cases, for example, if you have not logged in your choice in any of the rounds, or if you have not opened your COAP portal, any offers in that particular round will automatically be considered rejected. However, you will be considered for higher preference. But even if you have pressed on retain and wait, and you do not do it again in the later round, that particular retain and wait option will also be considered as rejected. And as I mentioned, that round 5 to round 10 are basically decisive rounds. And here you do not have the option of retain and wait. You can only choose to accept and freeze or reject your options. Now, this particular flowchart is to briefly give you details how to move about your selection process. So, for example, you have been offered, you have made n number of offers. You have basically three choices. First, if you have your most preferred offer, you can go for accept and freeze and submit your application. After that, you visit to your institute or PSU particular website, and based on their deadlines and their procedure, you complete your procedure, and that's how your admission is done. Next thing is you click on retain and wait if you're not happy with the offer and you want to retain the current offer, like you want to hold on to that particular offer, and also wait if you get like some subjects, some programs of your higher preference. So you click on retain and wait, and then you submit, and then you come again in the later rounds to explore more options that you might be offered in the further rounds. The next is you are made some offers, but you do not choose any of that particular offers. So you can just do, you can select reject and wait, and then submit, and again visit the COAP portal for your next processing. And if the candidates, if the candidate do not log into their COAP portal or do not make any particular choice, so all the choices from that particular round will automatically be rejected. But you won't be out of the game. You will still be considered if you can be offered some better preference in your list. But for that particular subject, for that particular round, all the offers will be considered rejected. Now, another interesting thing that CCMT has released is their registration deadlines, etc. So the online registration dates are going to start on 15th of May. And it's going to be open till 15th of 5th of June. Sorry. So you can like in the first round or second round, if you see you do not, if you have not received any offer, because you can easily register to CCMT portal. But as you know, the last date for online registration is 5th of June. So you have ample of time to wait and make a conscious decision whether you want to register for CCMT or not. Because registration here also is somewhere around 2,000 to 3,500 something, and this is a registration fee. So if you want to wait for your COAP further rounds, that looks like a smart decision, both economically and making a conscious decision. So you can wait for your further rounds for COAP counseling, and even like up till fourth or fifth round, if you're not able to get any offers, that could be the right situation in which you go ahead and complete your registration for the CCMT portal. So 15th May is when the portal is gonna start. Any student who's not very sure about their rank, I would personally suggest them to register to the CCMT portal also. Colleges like NIT Trichy, etc. A lot of NITs are associated with CCMT portal, and you have timeline till 5th June to complete your registration, and then you have timeline till 8th June to complete your choice filling and locking in your choice process. So you have ample of time to make a conscious decision how long you want to hold on to the COAP portal and when you want to start with your registration for CCMT. If you have any doubts regarding any of the processes for COAP or CCMT, you can comment down below. We will also make a detailed video about the CCMT choice filling, the registration fees, and other things that are associated with, completing your procedure, your registration at the CCMT portal. We'll soon upload that video. But if you have any questions regarding the COAP portal as well, you can just comment down below and we'll try to solve as soon as possible. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Arc IITians. Thank you.